All right, everyone, welcome back once again to this Beefcast production. I'm your casting host, Beef, as always, bringing you some more StarCraft 2 action. Coming out of Assembly Summer 2012, the round of 16, group stage number 2. This is going to be a TVT matchup. Score is currently 2-1. So one of these players could be closing the series out right here, or will the series get evened up and taken to that game number 5? I personally hope we get to see a 5th game because I'm having so much fun casting this TVT series. Let's get into it. Here in the bottom left-hand corner of Cloud Kingdom, winning the last game, showing us game number 2, how he could do mech, showing game number 3 that he can stick it to him with bio as well, playing for Team Liquid, the Korean Terran, Taeja. And his opponent dropping the last 2 games after showing us an absolutely beautiful timing in game number 1. We'll see if he can show it to us here once again. He needs to bring this game in, or he's going to lose the series. He is EG.DeMuslim. So here on Cloud Kingdom, this is actually a map that is pretty damn good for mech, with a relatively short push distance, a lot of high ground areas, a lot of chokes, all kinds of fun stuff there. Even going to be able to siege from low ground, all kinds of stuff like this. This could be a map that both these players choose to mech on. Taeja showing us that he is very comfortable with it. We'll see if DeMuslim does as well himself. Another Maka rack is going to be coming out here, or maybe even just like a, you might want to call this a slightly proxied rack, who knows. But DeMuslim actually going for gas first over here. Going to be starting the gas at the same time as the rack, so he could be going for extremely fast factory tech. We will see as well. Both these players are going to be taking gas here. No CC first, no 1 racks expand, nothing along those lines. We'll see how the gas does get expended. SCV going to be making its way across the map for Taeja, not for DeMuslim right now. So this SCV is going to be absolutely integral into scouting what exactly is going on. With the first barracks going to be finishing up here, the factory is going to go down, and it's actually going to get spotted immediately by this SCV. So any kind of surprise that was going to be coming out here is actually completely gone. This is probably going to be a crushing blow for DeMuslim in terms of morale. He wanted to keep this hidden. He wanted to be able to take his opponent by surprise with this early factory tech. It's probably going to be something like reactor Hellions, or it's going to be very quick Banshee play. Although he's not going to have the gas for cloaked Banshee unless he takes a second gas very soon here. So we'll see how, in fact, this does end up playing out. The one Maka Rax over here did make its way back inside of the base, knowing that he wasn't going to be looking for any kind of early aggression right now. He wants to be able to defend himself, and the way that he's choosing to do this is by throwing down a second refinery, going to go up to 2 gases and throw down a factory of his own. So he could be going for Cloaked Banshee. I wouldn't be surprised to see 1 or 2 Cloaked Banshees made, and then a Raven or a Viking of his own to defend possible Banshee. But right now, the starport does go down in a different location over here for DeMuslim. So the starport going to be looking like it's not going to be used for Banshee after all. This is going to be a 1-1-1 with a Viking variant, at least it looks like for now, as a couple of Hellions going to be making their way across the map. Going to be looking for a little bit of scouting information, a read on his opponent perhaps. Let me take a look at DeMuslim's vision over here, and DeMuslim knows absolutely nothing about what's going on in his opponent's base. Both players going to be going for 1-1-1. Double gas is down for Taeja, and so this, unless a bunker goes down here very fast, this Hellion should be able to make its way into the map, but Reactor Hellion's going to be coming out using the excess minerals for the time being, even to only show 1 for the time being. Really cool play right there. Even though he has an extra Hellion back here, he doesn't want to show both Hellions just right now. He doesn't want to let DeMuslim know that he is in fact going to be producing reactor Hellions. So this is some really cool mind game stuff coming out of both these players. It's going to be a Hellion drop, it looks like, from our blue Terran, and the opponent going to be going for early Vikings. The Vikings would be defending against something like Banshees or an early drop as well. So this is some beautiful play here. A nice read by Taeja. I don't even know how he managed to make this read. These players are so much smarter. They know the game so much better than I do. But this is such a cool read. So I want to see how this does in fact come out. And there's the Raven right there. I knew he needed double gases for something. And so he's going to be making a transition into mech here eventually. At least that's what it looks like. The Raven is just going to be looking to spot for any kind of Cloak Banshee play, but it will be pretty good at dealing with all these Hellions and Marines as they make their way into the base over here as well, being able to drop an auto turret which is going to not take a whole lot of damage from Marines with all that building armor and stuff. The medevac going to be making its way in here right now and going to manage to unload up here on the high ground. And right now, Taeja is completely out of position. All 8 of these Marines do manage to load up, even probably going to be looking to load these Hellions up here, or the Hellions are going to probably stay on the low ground for the time being. Okay, the Hellions going to be making their way up as well. And right now, there's not a whole lot of forces to deal with these units. There's actually nothing in the base right now for our liquid player. All the SCV is going to be forced to pull, and with good positioning here, the Hellions are going to be able to get absolutely beautiful lines of fire, and you line them on up, and those Hellions are just taking out so many SCVs right now. All the units are so low, the Marines are going to be cleaning up absolutely everything. The auto turret does finally go down, and with that medevac being dead, one tank going to be able to clean up the rest of this. But let's take a look at the economy. 22 workers killed right now, and it looks like there was actually a Hellion run by on the opposite side of the map over here, but 22 workers killed for DeMuslim. Let's look at the SCVs. 6 SCVs. If we went back 30 seconds, it looked like he had 4 SCVs. The one saving grace here for Taeja is that he does have that second command center already done. He's going to be able to start repopulating his SCVs very quickly here, and once he turns that into an orbital command, he will be able to use double mules, but he doesn't want to turn it into an orbital command right now. 1, he doesn't have the money to do it. 2, he needs to be producing those SCVs. He can't afford the 40 seconds or whatever it takes to stop producing those SCVs. Moving out across the map with his 1-1-1 army. Assault mode Viking, 3 Marines, all in the orange or red, and 1 Half-Life siege tank. The siege tank doesn't even have siege tech. And with a point defense drone going down here, which he doesn't have the money or the energy for, this could have worked, but the Raven going to be looking in there trying to get a scout off. The one auto turret over here is going to be able to probably kill another Marine or 2, but the auto turret's actually going to do a good job of preventing any kind of CC, but just kidding. There was a tank up there. The tank manages to take out everything, and so the one tank does manage to escape. That's good. The Raven manages to escape. That's great. The Viking did die, however. At the same time, this Banshee has just been absolutely racking up kills, and that may be, wow, that may be getting Taeja back into this game. I didn't think I'd be saying that. That's for damn sure. But with these Banshees no cloak over here, they're able to effectively kite these Marines for the time being and try to pick off as many units as they possibly can. With all these units going to be going in right here, a total of 24 workers could be going in and dying right now for DeMuslim. These 2 Banshees, there's absolutely no answer. DeMuslim simply doesn't have the money to be able to produce anything to deal with these units for the time being, as there's 1 Viking in production, but every SCV that he loses right now is absolutely crucial. He needs to keep mining, but he also needs to run his SCVs away, and DeMuslim is absolutely caught off guard by this play right now. The Banshee does in fact manage to escape. One of the Banshees did fall, but look at the workers killed count right now for both these players. 13 SCVs at home for Taeja, a total of 18 workers at home for Taeja, 13 workers right now for DeMuslim, and Taeja manages to take the eco lead. That's incredible right there. So I think it actually was Banshee that made its way across the map during that big drop from DeMuslim, and not a Hellions as I had previously thought after all. So I apologize for that, but with these 2 tanks over here, 1 bunker going down, and a lot of Marines to support them, even going to be having enough energy for a point defense drone, I don't think DeMuslim's going to be able to pounce on this opportunity right now. The siege tank does have siege tech after all, but that this is going to be relatively hard to call right now. The siege tank going to start sieging up for the time being. Marines going to be making their way in there as well, but a couple of those auto turrets going to be trying to defend the bunker until the tanks can get their own siege tech, which is going to be in just a moment here. There's actually a little bit of a block going on by this auto turret. The tank is going to be in range of these other 2 tanks, so 1 tank for 1 tank there. That's a good trade when each player has the same amount of tanks, but Taeja, with superior positioning here and the higher tank count, is going to be able to hold. DeMuslim is going to be forced to retreat up here. He might not even know that the second tank is in fact in position. But DeMuslim wanting to press his luck over here, as 1 more Banshee is going to be making its way. It's the same Banshee that's been repaired actually. Wants to be able to get into position, and Marines loading up into a medevac over here. And we're going to start seeing Marine bombs, not Zealot bombs over here, onto the tank. The tanks actually taking a lot of fire right now. One tank does in fact fall, and Stim Marines versus Stim Marines, and GG calls DeMuslim, knowing that he was absolutely behind. I think that he might have had a chance to get back in that game, but he was certainly behind. And DeMuslim feels that he just is not going to be able to pull it out and just calls it right there. Taeja takes the series 3-1. DeMuslim wasn't able to capitalize on being up one game to begin with, and Taeja just showing us all kinds of variety in his play right there. Beautiful, beautiful series from the Liquid player. Thank you very much for joining me. I've been your casting host, Beef. That is the end of this series. I am done casting for today. We will be back tomorrow with another series. I think we're going to be either doing MC versus Hero or Idra versus somebody. Everybody likes an Idra game. I do too. We'll be back tomorrow. Please do subscribe, like, comment to my videos here. Check them out. Help me become a better caster. Let me know what I can do better so that you more enjoy these videos, and I will do everything I can to do it. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time.